how to stay more focused. Today's topic is all about why do you get distracted, how can you keep your attention on, and how can you stay focused so that you can achieve all your goals. But before that, please subscribe to this channel if you have not already and hit that bell icon so you get notification of the new video that we are posting regularly. My name is Dr. Meghana Dikshit and I'm going to teach you on this channel how to rewire your brain so that you can achieve massive success the way you want. Now on our topic, how to stay focused. Well, you must have heard this and you must be striving to get laser sharp focused, isn't it? And you must have heard it before that unless and until you create that laser sharp focus, you will not be achieve your goals. But I want to tell you something here. You cannot have a laser sharp focus. Because the brain research says that focus is more like a spotlight rather than laser sharp. It is like, it comes and goes. It's like sometimes it's going to be a full blown and sometimes it's going to be dimming out. Now, why does that happen? Every single second, your brain distracts at least 4 times. You heard it right, at least 4 times. So in the span where you're actually focused on something that you're doing, actually your brain has distracted 4 times, and in between that distraction, whatever there is a burst that happens, there is focus. Now I'm sure this is a shocking news to you that you cannot be fully focused on something, because evolutionary biology has taught us that while the brain was evolving in human beings, and when we started evolving, we were living in more dangerous conditions. And in those dangerous conditions, you know how your reptilian brain was constantly scanning for the environments where there could be lions and tigers, or could be glaciers melting. Maybe there is no food available. So things like that, these are the basic survival issues that we were facing when millions of years back. These are the issues which are still embedded in our brain, and that's the reason your brain is constantly scanning environment, whether that environment is safe or unsafe. If it is a safe environment, you will observe that you are able to focus well. But at the same time, if you are in an unsafe environment, your focus is going to be really, really bad. Now, knowing this, you got to understand that this is given. You cannot change it. And if this is a condition that we all humans have, then in 24 hours, why some people are able to achieve more and some don't? Why some people are able to stay focused in whatever they are doing and some people are constantly distracted? Let me know in the chat box. What's the level of focus do you have? If I have to give you at the scale of 0 to 100, 0 being the lowest and 100 being the highest, how much do you feel you're focused on your goals or your plans or your to-do list on day-to-day basis? How do you spend your 24 hours? Are you focused on achieving your goals? Are you focused on your future? Or are you stuck in the past? Or are you wasting a lot of time on social media or maybe on OTT platforms like Netflix and Prime? Let me know in the comment box, what's the level of focus do you have at the scale of 0 to 100? Now, while you understand that we are all products of our environment, if your environment is unsafe or you perceive it as unsafe, now maybe there is no physical threat at this moment, but maybe there is a threat emotionally. Maybe there is a constant stressor or trigger in your environment. The moment there is a stressor and trigger in your environment, it could be a picture, it could be a video, it could be a person, it could be a book, it could be anything in your environment that may be reminding you of a stress that is constantly there. Now, if you are in such an unsafe environment, that could be, at your home, or that could be at your office, that could be in your school, college, anywhere where you feel that there's a tiger, not the physical, but the emotional tiger is chasing you. You're not going to be able to focus, because then it's going to trigger your reptilian brain's mechanism to constantly scan your environment. So first thing first that you need to understand is, if you're getting distracted a lot, please don't be disappointed and don't start reprimanding yourself and say that, I have such a dumb brain that my brain can't even focus, I'm so stupid. Don't do that. Most likely, you are not able to focus because there is something in your environment that's constantly triggering you to get distracted. Now, understanding this, I want you to take a quick moment to reflect upon this thought and see what is there in your environment. Is it a person who's constantly triggering you? Is it a situation that's constantly triggering you? Is it an object in your environment that is constantly triggering you? Or is there something that happened in your past that keeps coming back to you again and again and again? No matter how good your intention is and how focused you are and how determined you are, how committed and dedicated you are to achieve what you want to achieve, but that event keeps coming back to you. And the moment that event comes back in your space, you constantly start feeling threatened. Your emotions just go haywire. Just focus on this. Reflect on this, because today's video is all about reflecting and understanding. Do you have those moments in your life? Or do you have those situations in your life? In the past, something has happened and they keep coming back to you. You have not come to terms with them. Or even though you kind of have shrugged it under the carpet, like saying that I don't want to think about it, but it keeps coming back to you. Now understand that if you're watching this channel regularly, you know I talk about a conscious mind and a subconscious mind constantly. Conscious mind is only 5% and subconscious mind is 95%. And consciously you may be shrugging it under the carpet, but 95%, which is on automation, you're not even aware of what's happening under that iceberg. So when you don't know what's happening inside your mind, how you're processing that event that happened in the past, that could be leading to your emotional distress. And that emotional distress itself for your brain is a threat. And in that case, it's going to be constantly distracting you, so that the distraction becomes your respite, or it's your comfort zone in terms of making you feel good about yourself. The moment you start focusing on something that you want to achieve in the future, the event that has happened in the past, maybe that gave you a belief that you're not good enough, or you can't handle situations, you are really not smart enough to do it, or it's not possible to happen. Now the moment all these thoughts and emotions invoke in your space, and you want to focus deliberately to create your big future, the big dreams that you want to achieve, that part of your brain comes to you unconsciously when you're not even aware of it and tells you that it can't happen. And when that happens, you really, really, really want to avoid that discomfort, and you want to go into the into the easy space where you are distracted. Because whenever you're distracted, there is a release of certain happy hormones, chemicals that happen in your brain that makes you feel, thank God, I don't have to focus on this. I can just be here in this zone, and it's a great zone to be in. Now reflect upon it. Is there something in your space like that? And if it is, let me know in the chat box. What is that event that bothers you till date? That may have happened 5 years, 10 years, 15 years back, but it keeps coming back to you. And it keeps reminding you of that why you can't achieve what you want to achieve in the future. Now, let me share with you the ways that you can overcome these distractions, these problems. I'm not saying that you can overnight become very focused. It's a process, and I always say that changing yourself and rewiring your brain is not overnight thing. There is a process. You have to do it every single day. And the moment you start being very, very clear about what you want to focus on, your brain starts helping you to focus on things. One of the things that you're lacking right now is a clarity. And to get there, the strategy to start becoming more focused. So let's give you the strategy now. Let me give you the point-by-point ways that you can start focusing on your future rather than ruminating on your past. Now get your pen and paper ready. And you want to start doing these exercises with me. Okay? So the first thing that I want you to do here is delay gratification. practicing deliberate delaying your gratification. One of the reasons that you're distracted is because your brain gets the dose of dopamine. The moment you get distracted, there's a release of dopamine and there's a release of feeling safe. So this is something, if you're used to this kind of a seesaw all the time, then it's going to take some time for your brain to go into the space of not getting that dopamine easily. So how do you delay the gratification? A lot of problems happen in our life because we look for instant gratification. There's a classic example. In fact, there's a research which was done, and if you want, you can Google this. This is called as Marshmallow Experiment. What the researchers did is, he took the primary school kids and he gave all of them one marshmallow and said that he's going to go out, and while he's gone out, they're not supposed to eat the marshmallow, and the children, those who do not eat the marshmallow, he will come back and give them the second marshmallow. Now the guy left the room and some kids could not resist and they had the marshmallow, and some kids held on, and when he came back, he gave them the second marshmallow. Now they researched on these kids, they followed their growth path in the next few years, and what they realized is that the first set of kids, those who ate their marshmallow, could not achieve the targets or did not have enough focus on their goals and their future. Whereas the kids, those who delayed the gratification, waited for the second marshmallow, their trajectory of growth was much better than the first set of kids. Now there are many examples you can see that. How can you implement this in your life practically? So suppose you are looking to improve your health, and you must exercise regularly, you must do certain things regularly. And if you get distracted in terms of you like to watch a Netflix series, or you like to do something, or you like to eat that one small chocolate, now you can start delaying the reward system in terms of, suppose you like watching Netflix and you want to watch that season and you really desperately want to watch it because you love it. What you're going to tell yourself is, you're going to finish, if there are 5 things on your to-do list, you're going to finish those top three, and then you will give yourself that one episode of that season. Again, you finish the rest of your to-do list, and then you give yourself the next episode of that season. This is how you start delaying in the sphere of while working on your goals, whether you're working on your health. Now what you can do is, if you're following a certain diet plan and a certain exercise routine, and you are, you kind of like, you love sugar and you love sugary foods. Now you know that it's not good for you. Maybe what you can do is, you can simply do the exercise, you follow your entire diet plan for 5-6 days, and maybe on one day, on the 7th day, you can keep a cheat day. That's also delayed gratification. So training your brain to delay the reward, and as much delay you can put in your brain, that much you become stronger in staying focused. The second thing I want you to do is pretty easier, which is, I want you to play Sudoku. I want you to play puzzles. I want you to play chess. I want you to play some brain games, or maybe even Rubik's cubes, which will help you to start rewiring your brain in terms of solving something critical. And you're going to engage your prefrontal cortex more. While you engage your prefrontal cortex of your brain, what happens is your logic, your reasoning becomes stronger. And when that happens, your focus also becomes stronger, because now you're able to focus consciously on something rather than your reptilian brain distracting you on the environment. The third thing I want you to do is, I want you to quickly scan your environment and see what are the things that actually promote distraction in your space. Is it keeping your mobile around you? Which kind of notifications that come up that distract you? Is it having a easy Netflix subscription or whatever the OTT platform subscriptions? What is it that's around you where you're sitting, where you want to be focused? Just eliminate all those objects when you want to stay focused. At the same time, create a space wherever you are, maybe in your office, maybe at your home, where it's a zone of focus. Like in my space, in my place where I do my work, there are inputs that given to me. Like I'll have my I'll have my cameras, I'll have my video shooting equipments, I'll have my lights, I'll have my vision board, even the pictures around or whatever is around, the books around, everything just tells me that I must focus on creating this wonderful video for you, and I don't delay it. So how can you start creating your environment that supports you more to stay focused on the goal you're pursuing? Fourth thing that I want you to do is I want you to maintain a goal journal. When you wake up in the morning, the first 20 minutes of your awake time is very, very important for your brain. In that 20 minutes, the way you can set the routine for your brain, and it will just follow the next few hours. So the first 20 minutes, what you want to do, how do you want to rewire your brain to stay focused? And the best way I find is the moment you wake up, you take your goal journal and write down all your goals in that journal every single day, no matter what. If you take a break, you go back to zero. Remember that. So no break, just writing your goals every single day. The first 20 minutes are very, very, very crucial. So what you can do is you can write your goals, you can visualize your future, you can get some exercise, like just do little jumping jacks, push-ups, pull-ups, whatever you can. Drink some lemon water, so you're feeding your body something good. If lemon water is not good for you, maybe you can drink a little bit of warm water. Whatever works for you, find that way, that first 20 minutes. And remember, no touching your phone, no touching your laptop, no internet access for the first 20 minutes of your day. It will really, really be a blessing for your brain to start increasing the cortical functions so that you can stay focused more. And the fifth one I want to tell you is use Pomodoro Technique. There is this amazing technique. Again, you can Google it and check the Pomodoro Technique. Pomodoro Technique is like you set an alarm for 25 minutes. And in those 25 minutes, you're going to tell yourself that you're only going to be working on this project or whatever it is for you, 25 minutes. And next, after the 25 minutes, once the alarm rings, you're going to take 5 minutes break. Now remember, in that 5 minutes, you can listen to the music, you can just walk around and things like that. But in the 25 minutes, even if you are at the breakthrough, you're just going to stop that work. No matter how close you are at the breakthrough, you're still going to take the 5 minutes break. Again, you start for 25 minutes, again 5 minutes break. This you do 4 cycles, 25 minutes, 5 minutes, 25 minutes, 5 minutes, 25 minutes, 5 minutes. Next, the 25th minute, you take a half an hour break. Now remember, you can repeat this cycle 3 to 4 times or even 5 times in a day. And you will observe you're extremely productive and focused during those 25 minutes. The reason you'll be very focused is the 5 minutes that you're giving break after every 25 minutes. You are actually delaying the gratification in the brain, and you're also teaching your brain, your reptilian brain looks forward for those 5 minutes. And when that happens, it's simply amazing how much can you get done. This is my go-to process when I want to create something extraordinary. When I want to do when I want to prepare my course, when I want to create a curriculum, when I want to work on a content, anything that I want to do which needs real good focus, this is how I work on it. And the 6th one I want to tell you is, this is not a one-time process. This is not just that you're reflecting upon it right now or you're doing the work with me right now. This is an everyday process. Let me know in the chat box which one really you're going to use for the next 30 days. Which is your best one out of these 6? Comment in the chat box. And again, if you haven't subscribed for this channel, make sure that you subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I will see you soon with the next video.